Welcome, Sky. Welcome, Jayantha, DD, and Gregory. And Michelle, welcome. All right, let's get started. Today's Tuesday, English Day, page 10. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. I go to the Sangha for refuge. A second time I go to the Buddha for refuge. A second time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A second time I go to the Sangha for refuge. A third time I go to the Buddha for refuge. A third time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A third time I go to the Sangha for refuge. The 3 refuges are complete. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking life. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking what is not given. I undertake the training rule to abstain from sexual misconduct. I undertake the training rule to abstain from false speech. I undertake the training rule to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Having well undertaken and kept the 5 precepts together with the 3 refuges, one should strive on with diligence. With morality, good rebirth is gained. With morality, wealth is achieved. With morality, perfect peace is attained. Therefore, morality should be purified. Page 24. Is that sky? Is that life rafts, diamonds, and coffee? That's an interesting morning ritual. All right, page 24. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Such indeed is the Sublime One, worthy, perfectly enlightened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, well gone, knower of the worlds, supreme trainer of persons to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened and exalted. Well expounded is the Dhamma by the Sublime One, directly visible, unaffected by time, calling one to come and see, leading onwards to be realized by the wise. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing well. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is of upright conduct. The order of the Sublime One's disciples has entered the right path. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing correctly. That is, the 4 pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals. This order of the Sublime One's disciples is worthy of offerings and hospitality, worthy of gifts and salutation, supreme field of merit for the world. The Buddha, well purified with ocean-like compassion, possessed of the eye of knowledge, completely purified, destroyer of the evils and corruption of the world, I revere that Buddha with devotion. Homage to you, so nobly bred. Homage to you amongst men supreme. Peerless are you in all the world. May all homage be given to you. The teacher's Dhamma, like a lamp, divided into path, fruition, and the deathless, both itself transcendent and showing the way to that goal. I revere that Dhamma with devotion. Thoroughly understanding the Dhamma and freed from longing through insight, the wise one who is rid of all desire is calm as a pool unstirred by wind. Those to whom the Dhamma is clear are not led into other doctrines. Perfectly enlightened with perfect knowledge, they walk evenly over the uneven. Of all the medicines in the world, manifold and various, there is none like the medicine of Dhamma. Therefore, O monks, drink of this. Having drunk this Dhamma medicine, you will be ageless and beyond death. Having developed and seen the truth, you will be quenched, free from craving. The Sangha called the field better than the best, who have seen peace, awakening after the Buddha's good way, who have abandoned attachment, the noble ones, the wise. I revere that Sangha with devotion. Happy is the arising of the Buddhas. Happy is the teaching of the true Dhamma. Happy is the unity of the Sangha. Happy is the discipline of the united ones. They go to many a refuge, those who have been struck by fear. They go to the mountains and forests, to parks and trees and shrines. But none of these is a secure refuge. None is the refuge supreme. Not by relying on such a refuge can one be freed from all suffering. But one who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha sees with perfect wisdom the 4 noble truths. Suffering, the arising of suffering, the transcending of suffering, and the Noble Eightfold Path that leads to suffering's final end. This is the refuge that is secure. This is the refuge that is supreme. By relying on such a refuge as this, one is released from all suffering. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Buddha. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Dhamma. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Sangha. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a defiled state of mind, and suffering follows, as the cartwheel follows the foot of the ox. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a pure state of mind, then happiness follows, as your shadow follows you without departing. Impermanent are all conditioned things, affected by rising and falling away. Having arisen, they then must cease. Blissful is it when they subside. Abstaining from all evil, doing what is good, cleansing one's mind, this is the teaching of all the Buddhas. Patience is the highest practice. Nibbana is supreme, say the Buddhas. A mendicant does not harm others, a recluse oppresses no one. Not insulting, not harming, restrained according to the moral code, moderating in food, dwelling in solitude, engaging in higher mental development. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas. By the blessings that have arisen from my practice, may my venerable preceptors and teachers who have helped me, mother, father, and relatives, male and female rulers, worldly powers, virtuous human beings, the higher beings, demons, and high gods, the guardian deities of the world, celestial beings, the Lord of Death, friendly people, indifferent and hostile, may all beings be well. May the skillful deeds done by me bring you threefold bliss. May this quickly bring you to the deathless. By means of this meritorious deed, and through this aspiration, may I quickly attain the cutting off of craving and clinging. Whatever faults I have until I am liberated, may they quickly perish. Wherever I am born, may there be an upright mind, mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May no harmful influences weaken my efforts. The Buddha is the unsurpassed protector. Dhamma is the supreme protection. Peerless is the silent Buddha. The Sangha is my true refuge. By the power of these exalted ones, may I rise above all defilements. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Secondary chanting. Page 265. Yata verivaha pura paripuranti sagaram. Just as rivers full of water entirely fill up the sea, evameva ito dinnang petanang upakappati. So will what's here been given bring blessings to the departed spirits. Itchitang pattitang tumhang. May all your hopes and all your longings, kipameva samidjatu, come true in no long time. Sabbe purenta sankapa. May all your wishes be fulfilled. Chando panaraso yata. Like on the 15th day of the moon. Mani jyotiraso yata, or like a bright and shining gem. Sabitiyo viva jantu, may all misfortunes be awarded. Sabbarogo vanasatu, may all illness be dispelled. Mate bhavantarayo. May you never meet with dangers. Sukhi digayuko bhava. May you be happy and live long. Abhivadanasi lisanichang buddha pachayano. For those who are respectful, who always honor the elders. Chattaro dhamma vardanti ayuvanno sukhang balang. 4 are the qualities which will increase: life, beauty, happiness, and strength. Bhavatu sabha mangalang. May every blessing come to be. Rakantu sabha devata. And may all good spirits guard you well. Sabba buddha nubhavena. Through the power of all the Buddhas. Sada soti bhavantute. May you always be at ease. Bhavatu sabha mangalang. May every blessing come to be. Rakantu sabha devata. And all good spirits guard you well. Sabba dhamma nibhavena. Through the power of the Dhammas. Sada soti bhavantute. May you always be at ease. Bhavatu sabha mangalang. May every blessing come to be. Rakantu sabha devata. And all good spirits guard you well. Sabba sangha nubhavena. Through the power of all the sanghas. Sada soti bhavantute. May you always be at ease. Alright. Since we have plenty of time, and there's one more left, might as well finish out the book. So keep going on 268. Handamayang anicca nusati patang banamase. Sabbe sankhara anicca, sabbe sankhara dukkha, sabbe dhamma anatta, aduvang jivatang duvang maranang. Avasang maya maritabang marana pariyosanang me jivatang me aniyatang maranang me niyatang. Vatayang kayo achirang apeta vinyano chuddo. Adise sati pathaving kalingarang iva niratang anichavata sankara upada vayadamino upajitva nirujanti te sangvu pusumo sukho. English. All conditioned things are impermanent. All conditioned things are dukkha. Everything is void of self. Life is not for sure. Death is for sure. It is inevitable that I'll die. Death is the culmination of my life. My life is uncertain. My death is certain. Indeed, this body will soon be void of consciousness and cast away. It will lie on the ground just like a rotten log, completely void of use. Truly conditioned things cannot last. Their nature is to rise and fall. Having arisen, things must cease. Their stilling is true happiness. All right, the next one. Verses on the 3 characteristics. Andamayang tilakkanadi gatayo banamase. Sabbe sankhara anicchati yaddapanyaya passati yattani bindati dukke esamaggo visuddhiya. Impermanent are all conditioned things. When with wisdom this is seen, one feels wary of all dukkhas. This is the path to purity. Sabbe sankhara dukkati yaddapanyaya passati yattani bindati dukke esamaggo visuddhiya. Dukkha are all conditioned things. When with wisdom this is seen, one feels wary of all dukkha. This is the path to purity. Sabbe dhamma anattati yaddapanyaya passati yattani bindati dukke esamaggo visuddhiya. There is no self in anything. When with wisdom this is seen, one feels wary of all dukkha. This is the path to purity. Hello, Mario. Welcome. Continuing on, last page. Apakate manusesu ye jana parigamino attayang ittara pajjatirang eva nudavati. Few amongst humankind are those who go beyond, yet there are many folks ever wandering on this shore. Ye chako samadakate dhamme dhamma nuvatino te jana parang esanti machudeyang suduttarang. Wherever a Dhamma is well taught, those who train in line with it are the ones who will cross over the realm of death so hard to flee. Kanang dhammang vipahaya sukang bhaveta pandito okanokang agamma viveke yata duramang tatra birating itchaya hitva game akinchano. Abandoning the darker states, the wise pursue the bright. From the flood's dry land they reach living withdrawn so hard to do. Such rare delight one should desire, sense pleasures cast away, not having anything. All right, and we have reached the end of the book for our secondary chanting. We go back to the beginning. Just like the samsaric state, over 5 years of doing this, we've gone back to the beginning many times. All right. Tomorrow we'll do Mahamangala Sutta. But for now, we can go to page 69 for our thought of the day. Middle paragraph. Upadava bhikkhave tathagatanang vanupadava tathagatanang titava sadatu dhammat titata dhammaniyamata sabbe sankhara dukkha tang tathagato abhisambujjati abhisameti abhisambujjitva abhisametva achikkati deseti panyapati pattapeti vivarati vibhajjati uttani karoti sabbe sankhara dukkha. English. Bhikkhus, whether Tathagatas appear or do not appear, there is this established condition of Dhamma, this fixed law of Dhamma. All that is conditioned is unsatisfactory. A Tathagata fully awakes to this and fully understands it. So, awakened and thus understanding, he announces, points out, declares, establishes, expounds, explains, and clarifies it. All that is conditioned is unsatisfactory. Hello, friends. So, now we are continuing through the 3 characteristics of existence. And this is, I think, especially a good place where translating dukkha as unsatisfactory works. Because one thing that should be understood is that, and depending on translation you read, you can kind of fall for this. The Buddha doesn't say that things out in the world have a kind of inherent dukkha-ness to it, inherent suffering to them. The Buddha actually, in a sutta, clarifies that the suffering is in the mind, related to whatever that is out there. So when we're talking about all conditioned things are dukkha, I think all conditioned things are unsatisfactory is probably the better contextual translation for this. Although, as I've said many times, it's very hard to choose one English word for dukkha. This is why I almost always leave it untranslated. And this is because yesterday we went over anicca. Everything is impermanent, unstable, undependable. Whatever you think is stable and dependable will slip through your fingers. This is the nature of reality. Nothing is stable, dependable, permanent. And so, naturally, because of our ignorance, because of our delusion, we take things in the world, our partners, our family members, our jobs, our friends, our houses, whatever apartments, we take all these things as some level of permanence, some level of, yeah, they're going to be around. And when that doesn't happen, when things change, because we had the expectation, because we had the delusional understanding that went against the nature of reality, well, then we naturally suffer. And so what the Buddha is saying here is, you cannot, because nothing is permanent, stable, and dependable, putting your hopes on it, trying to grasp to them, trying to hold on to it, is the creation of dukkha. This is how you literally create your own suffering. Because you do not live in line with the nature of reality, you live in line with the nature of your delusion. And you take people, places, things, and experience as permanent, as stable, as dependable. You might think, well, obviously, like my spouse and I, we have to die, but that's like 50 years from now. Like, we don't have to, you kind of like, you're fooling your mind to just think in a permanent way, right? Or like, yeah, I think I'm doing good with the job or whatever. And then, it's time to be let go. This is how things go. Your car breaks down. We kind of trick ourselves or fool ourselves or avoid thinking about the fact that these are all permanent, unpermanent, unstable, and undependable, and of the nature to change, and they can change at any time. And because we do not want to live that way, we intentionally live in a delusion that will lead eventually to our suffering. That's what's meant here by sabbe sankhara dukkha. And so I think with that, friends, it's a good reflection for the day. Sukhi hotu, may you be happy and at ease. Practice well and be well, and may you have a spiritually successful and peaceful practice until we meet again, which if I'm alive should be tomorrow morning for another morning monastery experience. And for those staying for the meditation, as always, it begins and ends at the bell. Have a good day. right, friends, have a good day.